Love has been an expression of sexual desire since primitive times, and it cannot be denied that its instinctual purpose is the preservation of the species. Instinct is merely beautified, given a story, and enhanced by imagination. In the end, it is just a natural phenomenon in which the selfish human mind, driven by instinct, is attracted to and bonds with another through reason. Therefore, the wise way to approach love is not to dream excessively, or base your entire existence on relationships, breakups, or romantic encounters, which are all natural phenomena driven by instinct. If you were happy, even for a moment, during love, then that should be enough. Love is dangerous because it always demands a price from humans. Love is instinctual, and because of this, it is often difficult to control. That's why it's important for us to recognize love as simply a happy moment in life, without placing too much weight on it. We need to be prepared to accept it realistically, without letting it overwhelm us. As adults, we often hear that the shelf life of love is 6 months to, at most, 3 years. Since this comes from the experiences of those who have been through it, there may be some truth to it. Even from a scientific standpoint, it holds some weight. Oxytocin, the hormone in our brain associated with love, isn't produced continuously. It is a finite resource. People often mistake recklessness, diving into or getting involved in situations where the outcome is obvious, for love. This is a common mistake, especially during adolescence or before marriage. While it's understandable during these times, as emotions are heightened and hormones are active, many make poor choices that lead to lifelong consequences from which they cannot recover. This is why it is critically important to learn and teach rational, objective thinking about relationships from adolescence. Avoiding impulsive or narrow-minded views. We must be cautious of distorted, false love. Love is about doing what the other person enjoys, avoiding what they dislike, trusting them without trying to possess them. Mistaking stalking for love is clearly a societal mental illness, and seeing others as mere outlets for lust, like a lion in heat on the Serengeti, is also a serious disorder. People with such views will inevitably cause problems, and it's best to isolate them from society. To love well, you must first have self-esteem and clear values. Love that is entirely one-sided, with you being pulled along, is like expired milk. If you wonder why you always fail in love or get hurt, the answer lies within yourself. While it's possible to suffer from meeting a bad person, that too stems from poor judgment and not refining your standards. Think that's easy to say? It's not. We view love too romantically. In reality, we need to acknowledge the cold, sometimes frightening aspects, to approach love more confidently. As mentioned earlier, love always demands its price. Love and taxis have something in common: you must pay according to the distance traveled. And even now, the meter is still running. Even if a wise person lived for 100 years, love would still be a difficult matter. While it can nourish our lives, we must also recognize that love has its challenges. Instead of being dragged along in a relationship without self-esteem, we should hope to meet someone who uplifts our self-worth and understands us. For this to happen, we need to put effort into cultivating our inner values and self-esteem, rather than focusing solely on our outward appearance. Though it's a simple truth, it's important to remember. You must love the other person's character and inner values first. Even when buying fruit, you check its sweetness, not just its appearance. When buying a car, the engine's condition matters far more than how it looks on the outside. Love is not a movie, it's reality. So, let's stop dreaming and start by looking at reality with a clear, practical mind. What's urgent isn't rushing into love, but sometimes protecting yourself from being hurt by it is even more important.